Someone offered to fix my brand this week. Then I saw the price tag. Oh, you know that feeling of fake generosity that reveals itself? It got revealed. And then the floor dropping slightly. Let me back up a bit and just tell you what's going on. So I'm in the middle of rebranding my bio, my banner, like what's going on, like how I'm like showing up and everything. So everything is pointing to who I was and not who I am becoming. And everything is screaming, fix me all at once, or like, oh, whatever. Hi, I am Nene, and I help people become the person their goals require. And everything that I talk about here, I have lived it first. You know the well-meaning DMs that you get, the reach out, that all ends the same way. hmm The one that, or is it like the commenting that then becomes not actually real? Do you know what I mean? The like you're thinking, oh, so this is I did a series a while back. It's been a couple of months now, and it was like the new interpretive series. And I just thought, oh, okay. And I did some few things back then. I changed up some stuff. And then I got this comment like, whoa, genuinely commenting on the video. I thought, oh, at least, this is really resonated and landed with someone. They've like really commented, like you can tell they've watched the thing. And comment and I got excited by it and then I did another like the next day was like a 10 days series of every day I was like posting and then I got another one and then they commented or someone else again and then they like send me like a private DM and like just talking about how what I was talking about like I was thinking okay someone I can really like support and help and like we just get with the flow with everything and then as the series went on it felt like they were commenting on every single one of like every video and I was like getting excited and the comments started shifting, started becoming kind of like, oh, what would someone you know some oddness like how it was written and or how and then you can then start seeing how I'm now thinking this feels like they just went on my video, screen grabbed the transcript, threw that AI and said, "Give me a comment, give me what's the word? Give me a comment to say or something I can reply." Because then you know how you can tell AI style like writing somehow. The dashes and the like what and the phrases, and this was giving that kind of like vibe, like. Because if you're ending up in the DMs and then bringing out your true colors, like for you to say you sat through the 20 minutes long videos or sat through every single video I did and you're commenting based on the topic I was sharing and then evolved into say talking about something else. And you have so many other tens or hundreds or tens of like of people you're doing this strategy to, you're not watching my video. You just grabbed the transcript and like probably went and created some comments to like get me to like say hi. That's my hallucination. That's what I think is happening here. Because when we now get to the DMs, when I start talking, it's like, and look, probably yes, you could help. You can really support me in making this channel blow, whatever, or helping me with my whatever that is you're offering. It's just when it comes in that way, I don't know. I don't know what the best way to approach to get the clientele. It's just off-putting. If anything, I don't know how it works. because stuff like that, and I bet your work's great. I bet your, their stuff is top notch or whatever. It's just the approach. It gives me the ick. Just gives me like, I'm not sure now. Like, you know, or is it the one that just comes straight to the kill? Oh, you can fix this. Like, this is not like you can get better. Like, do you think I'm doing this every single day and I don't want that for self? Or I'm not doing my best for that? And then you come with a killer line. It's off-putting. I don't know how, if anyone else feels this way or how they've approached it. What would they advise them to do? Because, like I said, they probably might be doing a great job or whatever that is. And yeah, it's, yeah. For me right now, I'm trying to sort my thing one piece at a time. I've given myself this challenge to show up here every single day, long form. I have, my family, my husband and I, we have 4 boys. It's a very boisterous home and very full and engaging, and like they all have their own individual personality and needs and stuff. Everyone's going through their own transition. Everything's happening, with a busy household, with my work. I'm still working as a sign language interpreter while running my business. Have a few clients here and there wanting to transition and do do other things and add more people to my clientele and all those things, right? And then other interests and other places that I am affiliated. There is so much that I'm doing, and to then say, okay, now let me pay for this person to now do. Look, if we had like a better way, maybe let's advise them in the comment section. What's the best way? What do you feel would be a better way someone can approach you if they want to offer you their services? And I'm sure they can genuinely help with the stuff, like, because I don't know. I'm just trusting what I already know and the things that I've already done. And with the price tag required, my container of improvement window, instead of trying to fix everything all at once time, right? And to be honest, like this was never just about the brand story of like what I'm like doing. This is a belief story of for those like giving permission to begin. If I'm waiting for everything to be sorted, let me get all these things in place and whatever. Especially, with YouTube, like it takes time for whatever it is that you're doing to get that mojo going, right? So yeah, I mean, like, let me know. Have you ever been offered help or not necessarily help, but more like kind of like an engagement kind of thing, and then turned out into a sales pitch, or you've caught yourself needing someone else's validation to feel legitimate, like that? Yes, you're doing your thing. Or like, let's carry on this conversation in the comment section, because I truly want to like. And when I'm ready in that headspace, like, what will be the best way for people to approach? Because I just don't want it to be this fakeness of like engagement or fakeness of like connection, or really wanting to know how long you've been doing this or like what's going on and like this and that, and then it's turning out to be oh, actually I have a service I want to run for you, because yeah. Hmm. I don't know, maybe it could work in other platforms, but on YouTube it's just there's no like DMs, whatever. I don't know, but like if you have an advice to, because it's just so off-putting for me. Anyway, I've dragged this on. This is just my rant one for today. I do this every single day, and I just felt like as I show up every single day, I get this constantly of like comments and DM, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. Like you see a comment like, is this real or is this just someone trying to? And then I even makes me now affecting the how quick I respond to a message, thinking, okay, what now? Are you for real? Like, what's the deal? So yeah. Anyway, remember that your voice matters and it's your time to use it. And I catch you tomorrow. Regular schedules on tomorrow. Bye for now.